Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here after what I can only describe as a disgusting act from the Bullet Club after their ladder match against the Young Bucks.
Just disgusting, deplorable. I don't even know what the Gorillas of Dynasty were trying to prove. We're all wishing the Young Bucks a speedy recovery, and when we get an update on their medical state, we will inform you as soon as possible, ladies and gentlemen. But we gotta get past that and get ready for some triple threat action for the World Heavyweight Championship as Seth Rollins defends against this man, Latino Heat, Eddie Guerrero, and Bret the Hitman Hart.
Well, Demarion, there's some history between Bret Hart and Eddie Guerrero, obviously, dating back to WrestleMania. And now it has led us all here to tonight, the World Heavyweight Championship on the line.
But Beckham, don't forget that Rollins tried to attack Bret Hart and Eddie Guerrero in the middle of their match to a no contest, so he didn't have to defend the title here tonight. But it low-key kind of backfired on him because he's defending against both men in the same exact match. So I think his chances of defending and still walking out as champion have drastically gone down.
And Demarion, I'm sure Seth Rollins is tired of this, as this is his second title defense in a triple threat match. Obviously the second one being in Hell in the Cell. But we'll have to see how this one plays out tonight, as here is the Hitman.
Eddie Guerrero knows this man all too well, and Bret Hart knows Eddie Guerrero all too well. These two having the trilogy of the century, as I like to call it. We were kind of robbed out of the last match because of Seth Rollins, but now they're going to run it back. And I feel like Seth Rollins is kind of a dark horse in this matchup now that these two are facing off against them. And we know how physical, how technical, and how aggressive, it's just intense all in general that these two men, Eddie Guerrero and Bret Hart, would get to best one another.
Yeah, and on top of that, Demarion, might have been a little bit ago, but Seth Rollins will definitely still be feeling the effects from that Hell in the Cell match, as it takes an immense toll on your body. So walking out of a triple threat Hell in a Cell match into another triple threat match, honestly, is not good for Seth Rollins' title reign, but if I'm going to be completely honest, he deserves it.
Well, Beckham, the deck is stacked against Seth Rollins here tonight. Championship on the line, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and he can't even be the one in the deciding fall to lose the title. He doesn't even got to be involved in the finish of the match for him to lose the belt. So Rollins, he has no championship advantage. He has nobody to back him up, no shield, nothing. So the deck is definitely stacked against Rollins. How do you think his mental state is just drastically going down because of this?
Well, he knows he's hurt, and he also knows that the back of his is a prime target to people like Bret Hart and Eddie Guerrero. And if I were him, I would be playing this one as safe as I possibly could, because you never know what's going to happen in a triple threat match like this.
And that's what's on the line right there, ladies and gentlemen, being held by the referee. The title, seen above everybody. The 10 pounds of gold, the World Heavyweight Championship, the ultimate goal for these three men here tonight. Eddie Guerrero, Bret Hart, Seth Rollins. Here we go, the bell is rung.
And look at this, Demarion. I think Eddie Guerrero and Bret Hart have a plan in mind, as they're both staring down the World Heavyweight Champion.
I guess we could get a little bit of a feeling out process here, but it looks like Seth Rollins getting cornered by both men.
They know he's a threat, and they know he's an easy target. They're going to try and take him out of this match. Eddie Guerrero went after the leg, and now Bret Hart sending Seth Rollins out onto the floor here right in front of us.
Rollins being dumped outside the ring in front of us, and now the spotlight is on these two men that have their well-awaited third match. And as you see, Bret Hart offering a test of strength, and now Eddie Guerrero going to take up on that offer. Both men locking knuckles, test of strength in the middle of the ring. And Seth Rollins in front of us trying to get up. He's just an afterthought right now as Bret Hart gets an arm wringer in on Eddie. You know, Eddie trying to get out of it, trying to reverse the pressure, rolling through. Now a bridge, transitioning into a handspring flip. And now going to get out of the arm wringer. And now turning it into a headlock. A headlock by Eddie Guerrero. He is squeezing down on the head, trying to take down Bret Hart. And we've seen how technical these two could get. We've seen WrestleMania. We've seen Nitro. And look at this, Eddie transitioning. Oh. And now taking them down by the legs. Look at this, an STF. Modified STF by Eddie.
He's trying to put the work in on the neck of Bret Hart, as we've seen it work before. Wrenching back, but here's Seth Rollins to break it up.
Seth Rollins is just the sunshine in everybody's life, I guess. Trying to ruin the technical prowess between these two men. And now going for a curb stomp. But Bret Hart grabs him up by the waist. Back elbow by Seth. Now Seth going for enziguri. He misses. Lands on his feet, but super kick to the gut of Bret. And now Eddie running in with a lariat, taking it down Seth Rollins. And now we are back to square one with these two men. And now an arm drag by Eddie Guerrero. And now an arm drag by Bret Hart. And these two exchanging moves. Look at this, another arm drag, but that time into the corner on the Seth Rollins.
Eddie Guerrero off the ropes. Oh, a big chop by Bret Hart. Now lifting up Guerrero, looking to drop him down on the knee.
Now Bret Hart has his attention set on Seth Rollins. And now Rollins with a super kick to the gut of Bret. And now rolling elbow to the face of Bret Hart. And gonna finish him off, following up with a sling blade, but no, Bret caught him by the arm. And now Bret working over the arm, modified arm bar. Rollins able to roll out, rolling him up, cover, one. The kick out at one by Bret Hart.
Seth Rollins ducks under the clothesline now, but here comes Eddie Guerrero, big drop kick.
Eddie Guerrero taking advantage of the situation with that double drop kick to both men, and now catches Seth Rollins on a back suplex to Seth Rollins. And Bret Hart rolling out the ring, but Eddie takes notice. Eddie has his attention set on Bret, and now a flying suicide dive. Taking down Bret Hart on the outside of the ring, and Eddie Guerrero has put all the momentum on his side.
But don't forget about the third man. Here comes Seth Rollins, tope con hilo, taking out Bret Hart, and also landing on the ramp as a consequence. And as much as that hurt Bret Hart, it damn sure did not help the already hurt back of Seth Rollins, landing on that nothing but steel ramp. Seth looking to set up for a pedigree, but no, Bret Hart has other plans.
And now Bret Hart gonna follow it up with a big boot to the face of Seth Rollins. Bounce off the ropes, looking for the elbow drop, but he misses. And now Rollins going off the ropes, and the big rocket kick to the face.
Steps over Bret Hart, looking for that springboard moonsault. Bret Hart gets out of the way, though. Now a diving crossbody. But wait, look at the strength.
Rollins caught him.
The strength of Seth Rollins picking up Bret Hart for a Michinoku driver.
A Michinoku driver on the apron. Head first goes Bret Hart on the hardest part of the ring. And now Eddie Guerrero bounce off the steps. Going to run into the steps. Face first goes Seth Rollins.
Getting the champ out of the equation. Now back to square one. Forearm takes down Bret Hart. Eddie Guerrero off the ropes. Drop kick right to the knee of Bret Hart. Off the rope again. Drop down, looking for a suplex. No. Looking for a poison rana.
But here comes Seth with a super kick. Super kick to Eddie. And now, try to drive him into the corner, but Seth got driven into the corner. Slapped to the face by Eddie. And now Eddie gonna run in. And now hopping on that top rope. Look at Eddie, look at the balance. And now a corkscrew, head scissors, and a cover. 1, 2. No, kick out at 2 by Seth Rollins. And now Eddie Guerrero catching Rollins. Knee to the back. And now flatline into the corner.
Rollins out of the equation yet again. Now these two face to face.
Bret Hart slap to the face of Eddie. We know where that's going to lead. Slap to the face back. And this is personal. These two are going to scrap.
They will do anything to either pin each other or get that World Heavyweight Championship, slapping the living hell out of each other.
Now neither man is letting up, and the slap fight continues. Who's going to drop first? The wait. Saito suplex by Bret Hart, catching him out of the slap. I guess Bret Hart, whenever you think you have the answers, he changes the questions, and sling blade by Seth Rollins to Bret. And now super kick straight to the no, you caught. He caught the leg and the dragon screw, taking him down.
Now, shoulder breaker. Now off the rope.
And now Bret gonna finally connect that elbow drop. And here's the cover. 1, 2, no. Kick out at 2 by Seth Rollins.
But now the Mariana sharpshooter is locked in.
Minutes of Rollins' title reign could be numbered here. Rollins, is he gonna tap? Is he gonna give up in the sharpshooter?
But wait, there's Eddie to break up the submission with the back elbow. Now kick to the gut. Bret Hart has him up. Eddie Guerrero gets
No,
out
Eddie
of it. Goes
counters.
through.
Look at this. Guerrero sending Bret to the outside of the ring. Off the ropes. Corkscrew. Whoa! Corkscrew cross body to the outside of the ring in front of us, and Bret Hart just bounced off our table.
Bret Hart might have hit his head on our table. That could cost him in a match like this. As now Eddie Guerrero back up to his feet with Bret Hart. Lifting him up, slingshotting him into the post.
Face first into the steel post goes Bret Hart, and we've seen what the post could do to people in the past. Hopefully Bret Hart didn't get cut open or break his nose or something. And now Eddie Guerrero has the steps. He is disassembling the steps, and that bottom half of the steps is exposed. But I think Bret Hart, it might be, oh my goodness, figure 4 on the ring post, taking the page out of Bret Hart's book.
Demarion, Bret Hart did this to Eddie Guerrero back at WrestleMania, and it had a major effect on the match. Eddie Guerrero looking to do the same with the same amount of effects to it. But here comes Seth Rollins stomping on the face of Bret Hart. Breaking up the submission. He couldn't tap either way. But now Eddie Guerrero
Look at Eddie. Look at Eddie.
Tornado DDT onto the floor. Guerrero back in the ring with Bret Hart. Oh, fist right to the face. Now, off the turnbuckle.
These 3 men tearing it down, putting their bodies on the line.
Oh!
For the WWE World Championship. And a sunset flip powerbomb into the corner goes Bret Hart. And then they're going to follow it up. Running from corner to corner, drop kick straight to the face of Bret Hart. And how has Bret Hart's nose haven't been broken yet? I don't even know. But oh my God, insult to injury. The sharpshooter locked in on Bret Hart.
Between the figure 4 and the ring post and this sharpshooter Demarion, we might crown a new World Heavyweight Champion right here, right now. I mean, just wrenching back on that arm, trying to tear the shoulder out of socket.
Could you imagine Bret Hart tapping out to his own finisher and a super kick to the head by Seth Rollins, and now sleeper hold. Look at this, a 3-way submission.
Seth Rollins with a sleeper hold locked in on Eddie Guerrero. Meanwhile, Guerrero wrenching back the arm, still with the sharpshooter applied. This looks absolutely deadly. What would happen if someone taps out? Seth Rollins with the elbows to the collarbone. Finally getting Eddie Guerrero to let go, but a roll-up. Rollins gets out of it. Now Eddie Guerrero lining up for something.
Eddie running in, using Rollins as a boost.
Oh my!
Mexican Destroyer, and now Rollins.
And a stomp!
And it's curb stomp. Curb stomp by Rollins. That might be it. Rollins might retain. 1, 2. No, kick out at 2 by Eddie Guerrero. And these 3 men are just burning the house down with this matchup.
Rollins now putting Eddie Guerrero up in the top rope. What is he looking to do here? Gets up, could be looking for that superplex. Not if Bret Hart has anything to say about it.
And now Bret tripping up Rollins on the top rope. And now Eddie kicking Bret in the face. And I don't like how this is going back there.
Neither do I, but a double stomp by Guerrero. Now Bret Hart up on the top rope.
And now Bret gonna follow up with an elbow to the head.
Now grabbing Guerrero, locking in a figure 4 leg lock. Rollins needs to break this up, as this could be the end for his World Heavyweight Championship reign. Eddie Guerrero is about to tap.
Figure 4 locked in, and it's only a matter of time before Eddie Guerrero either taps out or his leg just snaps in 2. Eddie in the middle of the ring, nowhere to go. I don't even think rope breaks are legal in this matchup. But
oh, splash!
Frog splash to Bret Hart.
Big knee to Bret Hart now. Getting him up in a suplex position. Oh, kneecap brain buster.
And now Eddie creeping up behind Seth, electric chair position, but the knee of Eddie Guerrero just caved out. And now kick to the gut by Rollins. And Rollins has a hold of Bret and the X Factor to Bret.
And a blockbuster from the middle rope. But Eddie Guerrero back up, Meteora.
But Eddie just rolling it to the grass of Bret Hart. Snap suplex by Bret Hart. And Bret still has a hold of him, and oh, the disrespect to Eddie Guerrero using his own 3 amigos. The 3 suplexes to Bret Hart, or by Bret Hart to Eddie. And now Rollins gonna
drop kick.
Drop kick. Oh my God, a brain buster, he landed on his head.
Horrible landing there for Eddie Guerrero, getting spiked on the top of his head. But Rollins had to do what Rollins had to do to keep his World Heavyweight Championship.
Something's got to give for these three men. And now, double curb stomp.
And Mario and Seth needs to take advantage of this. Both men are out, stacking them. But both men stays in this match after a double stomp.
I'm just as shocked as Rollins. I'm shocked these two men were able to kick out of that double curb stomp. Rollins complaining to the ref that might have been 3 out. I don't really know, but Eddie and Bret are still in this one. And now Rollins going to his last resort, a steel chair.
But that's not gonna work for Eddie Guerrero as he drop kicks the chair right to the face of Seth Rollins. Now going up to the top rope.
Look at this Latino heat! Frog splash! And now Eddie got caught up. Sharpshooter's locked in. Middle of the ring. Will Bret Hart make Eddie tap?
I don't know, Guerrero might just have to. After all the pain he's been through in this match, Seth Rollins needs to get up now because Eddie Guerrero's not going to be able to hold on for much longer. Eddie Guerrero trying his damnedest to get out of this. Wait, Seth Rollins now off the rope. Curb stomp to Guerrero. And now kicking Bret Hart out of the way, throwing him out of the ring.
Rollins going in for the cover. Pin on Eddie. 1, 2, 3. Rollins retains, and he steals the championship away from Bret Hart.
What a match we just witnessed, Demarion, as Seth Rollins gets out of another triple threat match, still your World Heavyweight Champion. And someone might want to check on Eddie Guerrero after that drop kick, spiking him on his head.
Well, Seth Rollins, he had a bounty on his head here tonight, and that bounty was the World Championship, but he did not lose it.